Hey there, I'm Joe, the jellyfish. And today, you're in for a treat because you're coming along with me on an underwater odyssey as I reveal secrets about life in the sea and the unexpected talents you never knew about jellies. Quick fact, jellyfish have been floating around before the time of the dinosaurs. Vintage style. We have got a big job keeping the ocean running smoothly. First off, let me clear something up. I'm not a fish. I have no bones, no brains, and no fins. I'm just a pulsing, brain-free, gelatinous moon jelly, happily drifting through life. Trust me, drifting is fun. I don't have to chase anything. Through the scenic coral reef and bustling tidal pools, I let the currents do most of the heavy lifting, acting as my chauffeur, as I rhythmically contract my bell to move through the water. My bell is the top part of me that looks like a squishy umbrella. I can float up and down and side to side. I'm not fast enough to win any underwater races, but who needs speed when you're a jellyfish? I lead an energy-efficient way of life. Low energy, eco-friendly, and totally chill. And don't get me wrong, this drifting isn't as aimless as it seems. Drifting helps me conserve energy, which is kind of important when you're made up of 95% water and don't have any bones to keep things steady. The great part is that without bones, I can wiggle into all sorts of tight spaces, flexing as I please and blending easily with the ocean. On my anatomy or the lack of it, I know what you're thinking. How can a guy who has got no brain and no heart even function? The simple. Without a heart, I absorb oxygen from the water. Without a brain, I don't spend my day worrying about bills or overthinking life's issues. I get by with a sensitive nerve net that lets me detect things around me like light, movement, and food. And feeding is a breeze when you're a jelly. My short, fringed tentacles do all the work. They're packed with cnidocytes, tiny stinging cells that zap plankton, fish eggs, and small shrimp. Once they're stunned, I use my tentacles to bring my catch to my mouth as I drift along, which is right in the middle of my bell. My mouth serves for eating and taking out body waste. Low-effort dining at its finest is what I call it. For jellies, reproduction is a wild story. Some jellyfish can actually reproduce both sexually and asexually. Certain types of jellyfish can actually regenerate themselves. They're known as Turritopsis dohrnii or immortal jellies that has the secret to eternal youth. Because when stressed or aging, it can revert to its juvenile form and start life over again. I bet many humans would give anything to understand age reversal. Who knew jellies could hold clues to living forever? My kind has a life cycle where I alternate between a stationary polyp phase and a floating medusa form. We multiply fast, which can lead to swarms or blooms. During an unusual jellyfish bloom, which is when jellyfish populations explode, it could mean the water is warming or nutrient levels have gone haywire. It might be a subtle hint that the ocean needs some help, especially for ecosystems not designed for large jelly blooms. Leave us alone and we could be a bit of trouble clogging up fishing nets or depleting fish supply. It's not that we're trying to take over the ocean. Our adaptability helps us survive in environments that prove tough for other marine creatures. Contrary to what it might look like, the life of a jellyfish isn't all about floating around, stinging, and eating all day. Being a jellyfish is a full-time job, and the oceans wouldn't be the same without me. We jellies keep things balanced out here. When small fish and zooplankton populations get out of hand, we drift in and make a quick snack of them. See, if we didn't munch on all this plankton and small fish, the ocean would be overrun, as they will eat the ocean plants bare with their sheer numbers. So, think of me as a key player in the ocean's population control and waste management department. By eating plankton and other small organisms, I help maintain balance and prevent plankton and fish from overrunning the ecosystem. But that's not to say I am invincible. I've got my fair share of predators. Many marine animals rely on jellies for food. Turtles, fish, and certain birds see me as a tasty treat. Yeah, I'm basically a squishy, slimy ocean gummy bear to them. The best I can do is wiggle a bit and hope they're just passing through. It's not like I can run. I don't exactly have legs, you know. We all have our place in the circle of life, after all. It's all part of the balancing act that keeps the ocean's ecosystem in check. Speaking of the ecosystem, did you know I have some pretty cool relatives? There's the lion's mane jelly. Some find its big, colorful mane to be impressive. But I think dragging around all those tentacles is like wearing a parka in a sauna. Also, my flashy cousin, the Atollajelly, has bioluminescence, meaning he glows like a neon sign, thanks to a chemical reaction in their bodies that light up like little underwater stars. It's not just a party trick. It helps them confuse predators or attract prey. Then there's the box jellyfish that have clusters of 24 eyes that detects light, motion, and colors to navigate and hunt prey. Some folks are skeptical about jellyfish because of our sting. But hey, only some, like those box jellies, have a sting strong enough to bother humans. My sting is quite harmless to humans. It just gives you a slight tingle if you get too close. It's my way of saying, please respect my space. No love lost. So there you have it. A day in the life of a jellyfish. So next time you see a jellyfish in an aquarium or on a nature documentary, remember we're a vital part of the ocean's orchestra, playing our part in a delicate, beautiful balance, one gentle pulse at a time. We're simple yet essential proof that sometimes the ocean's most complex systems rely on its simplest creatures. Thanks for drifting along with me on this journey. I hope you enjoyed the ride. And hey, I bet you didn't hear me when I told you what kind of jellyfish I am. If you did and were not focused on the fancy Atolla and impressive lion's mane, then share it in the comments. That would make my day. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and take another dive into the animal world like this video about a day in the life of a polar bear mom in the harsh Arctic conditions. Joe can guarantee you will love it.